Here in Cincinnati, cloudy day. The wind will be a factor as well. Gusts expected up to 35 miles per hour. Hold on to your hats. Here at Paul Brown Stadium, the Pittsburgh Steelers have won 3 of the last 4 AFC North titles. The Cincinnati Bengals, as of right now, would be the #1 seed in the AFC playoffs. Pittsburgh won the toss. They have deferred. So Cincinnati will receive. Sean Sweezum will get things started for the Steelers, and Brandon Tate is the deep man for Cincinnati. Comes in averaging 24 yards per return with a long of 45. Bengals riding a 5-game winning streak. Steelers a half game behind in the standings. We're underway from Cincinnati. And Tate will take a knee. Bengals will open up at the 20-yard line to start things off. And their rookie quarterback, Andy Dalton, trying to win his 6th consecutive start.
And what a combination he and fellow rookie A.J. Green have made. Talking to Green about Dalton, he says he throws a very catchable ball. What's that mean? Well, it's a tight spiral, never puts the receiver in any awkward position. He can make all the throws, and what Green likes most, as most receivers do like, is that Dalton will put the ball up to him regardless of the coverage.
And offensive coordinator Jay Gruden sends out a 6th offensive lineman. Dennis Rowland, number 74, is on the field. First play from scrimmage, a 1st and 10 at the 20. Benson in the backfield along with Presley, and a handoff for Benson. Not a whole lot there as he emerges through the hole with a 3-yard gain, hit by Lawrence Timmons. Let's take a look at the starting offense for the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals come in as the number 22 offense in the NFL. Andre Smith finally living up to the billing, coming out of the 2009 draft as the number 6 pick, anchoring that right side. Backs and receivers. Jermaine Gresham is back at tight end. Missed the last 2 games with a hamstring injury and could be a weapon for Dalton here today, number 84. On 2nd down, Benson is tripped up at the line of scrimmage. And guess who? Troy Polamalu in there to make the stop, a loss of 1. Defensively for the Pittsburgh Steelers, have to respect the beard of Brett Kiesel. It's actually more impressive than the one we have on that photo. Linebackers, James Farrier returning after missing a couple of games. Lamar Woodley inactive for the 2nd consecutive week, so Worlds gets the start. And in the secondary, Ryan Clark fined $40,000 this week for his hit on Baltimore's Ed Dixon, the largest fine in the NFL this season. On a 3rd and 8, first possession of the day for the Bengals. Dalton, protection holds up, and Dalton knocked away. William Gay back to that starting role, supplanting Brian McFadden in a matchup with Andre Caldwell, and the Bengals go 3 and out.
Here's James Harrison coming on an inside blitz here. Watch how well he's picked up here. Good job of working up front there. Living's passing off Harrison on that blitz.
So we'll see Kevin Huber punting to Antonio Brown. Dangerous return man. Good field position from the 40. And Brown able to pick up 7 yards on the return as Cedric Pierman made the play on special teams. A 38-yard punt. Pittsburgh offense. Ben Roethlisberger is on pace for 4,679 passing yards this season.
Yeah, he told us yesterday he's well aware of Cincinnati's favorite blitz. He called it the double barrel blitz. 2 guys coming right up the middle at him. He said if the blitz gets picked up, he likes the speed of his wide receivers, Brown and Wallace, going deep against the Bengals corners, Clements and Hall.
Roethlisberger back in his home state where he is 12-2 in Ohio. Originally from Finley. 1st and 10. Just across the 45. Handoff, Mendenhall. Able to remain on his feet and take it to the 50-yard line for a gain of 4. Domata Peko with the stop for Cincinnati. Starting offense for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Doug Legursky is available. He is active, but Ramon Foster will remain the starter at right guard, and Legursky will back up there and center. Backs and receivers, Hines Ward, a stinger last week, and Ward is active here today. Concussion-like symptoms, but he's bounced back this week. He missed the previous game with an ankle injury. One receiver to the outside on a 2nd and 6 for Roethlisberger and the Steelers. Ben throws. He's got first down yardage complete to Mike Wallace. And they'll move the chains into Cincinnati territory. Pickup of 7. Nate Clements there with the coverage. Defensively for Cincinnati, Domatav Peko is getting himself in that Pro Bowl conversation with his play this year at nose tackle. What a difference maker he's been. Linebackers, Maualuga is back after missing over a month with an ankle injury. And in the secondary, you've got the veteran Nate Clements, had a forced fumble last week in the win over Tennessee, the 22nd forced fumble of his 11-year NFL career. So a new set of downs for Pittsburgh to work with. Out across the 45-yard line. Roethlisberger standing tall in the pocket and hits Miller. You hear the reaction from the Steelers fans in attendance here. It's a 5-yard pickup as Maualuga had the hit.
And what we're seeing the first couple of plays for Roethlisberger and the Steelers, Bruce Arians, their offense coordinator, told me that they want to play more big people, more tight ends. That time they had 3 tight ends on the field, and see how the Bengals match up. If they load the box, and Roethlisberger's going to throw it outside as he did 2 plays ago to Ben Wallace. If they don't, they play coverage, they're going to pound the ball with Mendenhall.
Roethlisberger, a 49ers fan growing up, despite growing up here in Ohio. Didn't like the Bengals or the Browns. Loved Joe Montana. Swings it out for Wallace, creating after the catch the acceleration and the first down. Mike Wallace finds a crack, and Jabril Wilson with the stop. It's a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, really good patience by Wallace as he allows the blockers to form in front of him. Both tight ends getting out there. There's Miller and Johnson. And that allows Wallace to just get enough yardage for that first down.
And Wallace, it's becoming clear, he is not just a deep threat anymore.
No, he can do it all. He set that out as a goal early in his career, and he's attained it.
So first down for the Steelers. They're on the move. First possession of the day for Pittsburgh. Little trickery, and it's Wallace now. And Wallace on the end around with a flag thrown. Heath Miller with a key block. Wallace able to bust it outside for 15. First penalty marker of the day.
It's a good block by Antonio Brown, but he may get called for.
There is no foul for a crackback block.
Yeah, I didn't think so. They were going to.
First down.
At first thought it was a crackback block, but because of the position on the field where he threw the block on the safety, Chris Crocker, it was legal, and a good play by the Steelers on the reverse to Wallace.
So Bill Levy and the crew, they pick up the flag. Pittsburgh's got a first down now at the 16-yard line of Cincinnati.
Right here is going to be the block. And it's just enough with Miller out in front to get Wallace the corner.
Mendenhall in the backfield on first down for the Steelers. Stack the formation. Hand it off for Mendenhall, trying to lean forward, and he gets devoured by young Geno Atkins in his second year from Georgia.
It's going to be a great challenge all day long. The Steelers wanting to run the ball with Mendenhall, especially here on the road in Cincinnati, trying to take this crowd out of the game, but this is a stout defense coordinated by Mike Zimmer. 84.5 yards allowed on the ground all season. That's second best in the NFL.
And they've forced 9 fumbles this season as well. That's second in the NFL. The Baltimore Ravens have forced 10. So they've been opportunistic. 7th play of the drive. On a 2nd and 10 for Pittsburgh. Roethlisberger out of the pocket. Roethlisberger floats one upstairs. Incomplete. He was trying to hit Wesley Saunders, the tight end.
And this is really every defensive back's fear is Roethlisberger buying more time. Leon Hall did a good job of not allowing Saunders to get behind him in the back of the end zone. That forced Roethlisberger to just throw it away by inches.
Crowd comes alive on a 3rd and 10. Mewelde Moore is in. And a full receiver set for the Steelers. From the gun, Roethlisberger throwing on the move, touchdown! Jericho Cotchery breaking loose, and the Steelers strike first.
And how did they do it? Yep, extending the play like nobody else in this entire NFL can do. Roethlisberger buying that extra minute of time, getting through the pocket, forcing the defense to react up. And Cotchery gets his first touchdown reception as a Steeler. There's the fake there. Watch Cotchery work to the back of the end zone, wide open.
Impressive way to open up for this Steelers offense. And it's Jericho Cotchery, the 8-year veteran, let go by the Jets. Steelers have scooped him up, and he has been a factor in this offense last couple of weeks. Sean Sweezum with the extra point. How about Roethlisberger walking that tightrope right at the line of scrimmage? Finds the open man for the score. Experienced veteran Jericho Cotchery with the touchdown reception for Pittsburgh. Steelers in front 7-0 on Cincinnati, and now Sweezum will kick it off to the Bengals' 9:15 mark of this first quarter. Brandon Tate, 5 yards deep, is going to take it out for Cincinnati. Little stutter step, middle of the field. And Tate hit from behind as he crossed the 25. Sean Sweezum sticking his helmet in there to help make the play. That's where the Bengals will take over. Ben Roethlisberger continues to put up big numbers. Tack on another touchdown for Big Ben.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. KFC, introducing the new KFC Cheesy Bacon Bowl. Today tastes so good. And by Geico, where 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Putting up the Christmas tree in Fountain Square, downtown Cincinnati. Bengals find themselves in a 7-point hole. Dalton throws and complete. Ball came loose. Jerome Simpson. And they'll rule the pass incomplete, that Simpson never made a football move with the ball. Gresham came up with a loose ball.
Well, this is a good pass by Dalton. It's a slant route right to the receiver. But the right hand getting in there by William Gay was enough to pull the ball loose and create that incompletion.
Andy Dalton going against this Dick LeBeau coach defense. And since LeBeau came back as defensive coordinator of the Steelers, they are 12-1 against rookie QBs. Dalton, a bullet to Gresham. And he picks up 5 yards, sets up a 3rd and 5 coming up for Cincinnati. Let's go back to the touchdown. Ben Roethlisberger, did he go past the line of scrimmage?
Well, let's see about that tightrope you talked about. And as he gets the snap, he's going to step up. It's the 16-yard line where he approaches right there. And that's what the official's looking at right there. But he deemed that he did not have his entire body over the line of scrimmage. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
3rd and 5 now for the Bengals. Dalton out of the gun, slant, broken up. Trying to hit A.J. Green. Ike Taylor there anticipating it. And the Steelers defense comes through again. Another 3 and out for Cincinnati.
And 2 big plays by both corners. First, William Gay on first down, stripping the ball. And then Ike Taylor with perfect timing with the left hand in on the receiver. No pass interference with the right hand. Just perfect timing by Taylor.
And this is a Steelers defense that allowed a 92-yard drive to the Ravens at the end of the game, which included the game-winning touchdown, Flacco to Smith on the punt by Hubert. Antonio Brown is stacked up. They'll mark him down to the 22 as Cedric Pierman makes another play on special teams. 52-yard punt, 7-0 Pittsburgh. Some of the images through the years, Steelers and the Bengals. It goes back to 1970 after the AFL and NFL merged. All-time series led by Pittsburgh. Steelers have had success here in Cincinnati. In fact, 16-4 here in Cincinnati over the last 20 years for Pittsburgh. And the Steelers have a 1st and 10 of the 22. Handoff to Mendenhall. He's got a running lane. And Mendenhall picks up 3.5 yards. Malaluga and Nelson combined to bring him down.
Seeing some of those images of the great Steelers and Bengal teams kind of gives me the chills.
Yeah,
especially here in Cincinnati.
Yeah. How's your hand doing?
I'm sitting on both of them, trying to get warm.
Go back, might have been the coldest day in football history. Dan Fouts and the San Diego Chargers AFC Championship game at Riverfront against the Cincinnati Bengals. Ken Anderson.
It wasn't cold for Anderson, darn it.
Fair point. 2nd and 7. Fake the handoff. Roethlisberger looking for the deep ball, instead goes back the other way, and Mendenhall's got room. Rashard Mendenhall accelerating into Cincinnati territory. So Roethlisberger going towards his left and then went to the other side of the field where Mendenhall had nothing but space to work with.
This offensive line just doing a wonderful job of giving Roethlisberger not only time but vision as well. He's going to fake the ball to Mendenhall. Mendenhall's going to go down the sideline. Roethlisberger back here looking deep down the middle of the field will have time to find Mendenhall wide open at about the 25-yard line.
And it's a 26-yard pass play, the longest of the season for Mendenhall. And a first down for Pittsburgh. Again, end around for Mike Wallace. And Wallace turns it upfield. Wallace just chewing up yardage. On the ground for 16, Leon Hall missed him, and that allowed Wallace to get some extra yards.
He went for 15 earlier on this exact same play, but this is what he's going to do to Leon Hall right there. Breaks that tackle. You don't expect Mike Wallace to be able to run through tacklers like that. Look how he covers up the ball. Wallace looking a lot like a running back on that play. 16 yards on that one.
He came into the game with one rush covering 8 yards. He's carried it twice for 31. Under 6 minutes to go. First quarter. Redmond in the game for Pittsburgh. Little juke move by Redmond, and he runs into Reggie Nelson. It's a 3-yard gain. Time for an NFL Today update. JB and Dan Marino.
Playing to Tim Tebow's strength. Opening drive, all running plays, 8 of them, 57 yards. In this 7-yard touchdown, Tim Tebow gets in, putting the Broncos up 7-0 early in Kansas City. His second rushing touchdown of the season, back to Ian Eagle and Dan Fouts.
So the 7-yard touchdown for Tebow. Tebow mania in Denver right now as they try to get the win in Kansas City. 2nd and 7. On a quick toss, they get Hines Ward involved, and Ward running through tackles. First down for the Steelers. Right now they are shredding up this Cincinnati defense. That's a 10-yard gain.
Well, this is how they started the game, on a perfect 4 for 5 passing for Roethlisberger. This 15-yard end around by Mike Wallace. And then the touchdown pass to Cotchery. Not Cotchery, he looks so much like Hines Ward. And Ward looks totally healthy after that pass play where he broke the tackle of Jabril Wilson.
First down at the Cincinnati 20-yard line. Fake the handoff to Mendenhall. Roethlisberger steps up. Roethlisberger throws. He had his man open. Cotchery. It would have been a sure touchdown, but Roethlisberger could not make the connection.
Now we get so used to seeing this. Cotchery's going to come from the left side of the screen here. After the play fake, Roethlisberger's going to buy some more time, stepping up in the pocket and just an errant throw. It looked like Cotchery was settling down there and not running like Roethlisberger thought he would continue on his route. That's from not working together as much as some of these other receivers.
2nd and 10 for the Steelers. They lead 7-0. Deep drop. Pass was deflected. Roethlisberger had Michael Johnson in his grill. Athletic pass rusher. They just love what Johnson and Carlos Dunlap bring to the table at defensive end.
Well, this is a tall defensive end right here, number 93. 6'7". Watch the right hand go up there, looking a lot like a basketball player, just snuffing that ball before Roethlisberger could throw that screen pass.
Well, the problem for Cincinnati is they're missing Dunlap today, a hamstring injury. Had a couple of sacks last week in that 24-17 win in Tennessee. 3rd and 10.
There's that double barrel blitz coming right up the middle.
And a dime package here for the Bengals. Shotgun for the Steelers. Roethlisberger fires. Oh, big hit, and Miller absorbs it. 1st and goal inside the 5.
Well, they came out of the blitz. Roethlisberger had extra time to find his tight end. Reggie Nelson comes over with the big hit, but this is a tight end at 255 pounds that's going to hang on to this ball. Good route forcing the other defensive back to the outside. That looked like a legal hit there as Nelson came with a shoulder. And Miller hung on. Wow.
Extra offensive lineman lining up at fullback. It's Trey Essex. First and goal for the Steelers. Handoff. Mendenhall works his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
And it's another broken tackle. Mendenhall ran through the arms of Thomas Howard there. On that drive, we saw 3 broken tackles by the Steelers. Here's 53 coming in there. Cannot wrap up Mendenhall. Good desire to go left side to get in the end zone. David Johnson with a lead block there on Ma'aluga. And the Steelers mean business.
9 plays, 78 yards. Extra point now from Sean Sweezum. Steelers are doing whatever they want on offense in this opening quarter. A thud here in Cincinnati, and it's the Pittsburgh balanced attack doing the work.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Toyota. And by Sprint. All football, no limits, only from Sprint.
The number 4 defense in the NFL has been overmatched so far in this first quarter. Pittsburgh leading Cincinnati 14-0 Steelers, 3:37 to play. Sweezum kicking it off. Tate's going to take it out 3 yards deep in the end zone. Spin move across the 20. And the Bengals will have it at the 21 as Brian McFadden makes the play on special teams. Andy Dalton and the Cincinnati offense looking for its first down of the day. Pittsburgh Steelers 14, Cincinnati Bengals nothing. Late stages now of this first quarter. Offense today, Pittsburgh 132 total yards. Bengals with just 8. Dennis Rowland. Extra offensive lineman Bernard Scott in the game, and Scott able to pick up 5 yards on first down. Time for the Fouts Focus, and we're going to check out the rookie quarterback, Andy Dalton.
Yeah, he's been impressive the first half of his rookie season. Yeah, he's displayed the heart to hang in the pocket, ignore the pass rush. He's got the head to read the defense, come off his primary target, find an open receiver, and most importantly, his clutch will have to come from behind 3 times, and that's what he's going to have to do today, down 14-0 here in the first quarter.
NFL Rookie of the Month in October. And Bernard Scott is thrown down by big Casey Hampton, no gain on the play. Hampton, a 5-time Pro Bowler. So 3rd and 5 coming up for the Bengals.
Still looking for their first down. They've gained 13 yards here in the first quarter.
Come in with the number 21 rushing offense in the NFL, number 21 in passing as well. And a 3rd and 5 for Dalton and the Bengals. From the gun. Rush coming. Dalton floats one. Andrew Hawkins. Steelers were right there claiming that it was incomplete, that it hit the turf.
Yeah, one thing I didn't mention about Dalton is his anticipation. He had pressure right in his face, gave the ball out to Hawkins. And then let's see if he did make the catch. It looks like he's got full control as he rolls out of bounds, but a lot of pressure on Dalton to get that ball out of his hands and give his receiver a chance. Big first down for the Bengals.
Rookie out of Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Attended Toledo, former CFL star. Dalton forced to move out of the pocket and throws it away. It'll be 2nd and 10. Get scores. Manage CBS Sports Fantasy Football teams on your mobile phone. To get the free app, simply call *CBS or go to cbssports.com/mobile.
And we go back to the pressure here on Dalton. Does a nice job of realizing, hey, I'm in trouble here. Just throw it away. Don't take the big sack.
Second and 10 for the Bengals, just across midfield, and it's Bernard Scott again. And Scott zigzags his way for a first down. 3 tacklers had an opportunity to bring him down, and he turns it into an 11-yard gain, the third-year running back out of Abilene Christian, Division II product.
Well, he shows that he can break a tackle or 2 or 3 himself. There's a couple right there. Another as Ryan Clark can't bring him down. Nor can Jason World's best running play of the afternoon so far for the Bengals.
So Scott getting an opportunity in place of Cedric Benson right now. And a new set of downs for Cincinnati to work with inside the Pittsburgh 40. Feed it to Scott. Little stutter step and no hole opened up for him. A 2-yard gain. Lawrence Timmons in there to make the tackle for Pittsburgh.
Timmons back inside where he just seems to thrive, having a great season. And when Harrison went out, Timmons, of course, had to take his position. No drop-off there. Larry Foote has also played well for the Steelers at the linebacker position when Timmons had to move outside to cover for Harrison.
And Benson just standing off on his own right around the 37-yard line with his helmet off along the Cincinnati sideline. Dalton out of the pocket. Dials up the deep ball. Double coverage and caught by Green. Touchdown. It's the rookie connection for the Bengals. And Green is down.
Now we talked about how Dalton will throw the ball up to his 6'4" rookie receiver despite the coverage. Dalton will buy some time of his own, allows Green to get all the way to the end zone. Polamalu at 5'10", maybe. Clark comes over, but you can see the desire to go up and get that one. Came down hard on his right leg, and they're checking him out in the end zone right now. But here's Dalton just sliding over to his left, checking out Green, getting good position with his legs to throw this deep ball. 36-yard touchdown, just what the Bengals needed. Watch as he comes down on his right leg here in the end zone.
It was an awkward landing as Green went airborne against double coverage, and now Green is on his back. A.J. Green, who leads all rookies in receptions, receiving yards, touchdowns. He is on pace for an 80-catch, 1,200-yard season. And Green is on his feet.
His 6th touchdown catch of the year. You know, rookies have to go through so much. One thing they've got to learn is how to play with pain and play sometimes with injury. I'm sure this landing may have scared Green, and hopefully more than he was injured on the play. But look at those big, strong hands.
You know, we asked him which wide receivers you've been watching through the years to pick up tips. He said Larry Fitzgerald was the first name. He mentioned Andre Johnson. He mentioned Greg Jennings. And he said Larry has actually been a very big help in Green's preparation for being a pro. Mike Nugent with the extra point. So the medical staff will check out A.J. Green. This was terrific defense. That's just an exceptional, electrifying wideout going up to get it for his QB, Dalton. 14-7. A.J. Green, his 16th catch of 20 or more yards this season. Right now the concern over Green's physical status, it was the right leg.
And you know, Ian, every 8th catch goes for a touchdown for A.J. Green.
Is that you doing math in your head? How'd you come up with that?
I had help.
Really?
Yeah, some guy named Dave Freed helped me with that one. A statistician.
Statman of the stars. They were looking at the right knee of A.J. Green. Antonio Brown, the return man, off the Nugent kick. And Brown doesn't have a lot of room to work with as he takes it just short of the 25. Brandon Johnson with a tackle. Tomorrow on CBS, 5-0's turning up the heat. Hot case, hot cars on a hot new Hawaii 5-0. Tomorrow, only CBS. AJ Green, some jogging. He's working through that leg injury. He looks to be okay. Nice young man. We had a chance to meet with him. We asked him, what's the best thing so far? He said, winning, especially on the road.
Yeah, 4 big wins for the Bengals on the road.
So the Steelers take over. Cincinnati has not been able to stop Pittsburgh so far. Double tight end set with Miller and Saunders. Roethlisberger to throw it. And fires to Mike Wallace. What a role Wallace has played in this first quarter. That's a 13-yard pickup. The linebacker Thomas Howard with a tackle. End of one, 14-7 Pittsburgh. This is the NFL on CBS. Officially a right knee injury for A.J. Green. His return is probable, and he looks good. Working out along that Cincinnati sideline right now. Pittsburgh with a 1st and 10, first play of the second quarter for the Steelers from the 36-yard line. Roethlisberger, protection holds up. Deep ball, Roethlisberger, incomplete. Mike Wallace battling for position. And Wallace was looking for a flag. Nate Clements there in coverage. This November, join the NFL Salute to Service campaign to honor our nation's veterans and active servicemen and women. Learn more at NFL.com/salute. Ian Eagle, Dan Fouts, the rest of our CBS crew, producer Bob Monsbach, director Jim Cornell. Here in Cincinnati, where the Steelers lead at 14-7. Just underway in the second. 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger. Bobbled and picked off. Intercepted by Hall. It was Miller who did not bring it in cleanly. And Leon Hall, Johnny on the spot for his 2nd pick of the season.
You know, you just don't see this happen very often. Roethlisberger coming outside to his outlet receiver, Heath Miller. There's 1 bobble, there's 2 bobbles, there's the interception. You know, if he doesn't get that 2nd bobble, it may have hit the ground, but Hall very alertly comes over there and scoops it up. Just the type of break the Bengals need, especially after they went down and got the dynamic touchdown catch by A.J. Green. Now they got great field position for this next drive.
And the Steelers' turnover differential is now -12. That is the worst in the NFL. Just the 4th interception of the season for the Cincinnati defense. Bengals will try to take advantage now. 1st and 10 at the Pittsburgh 41. Cedric Benson is back in. Handoff to Benson. Little hop step. And good strong move up the gut for Benson. Forward progress brings him to the 35. Chris Presley, the fullback, with a good block. 6.5-yard gain.
A.J. Green back in the lineup. Good sight for Bengal fans, as was that powerful run over the right side behind Andre Smith and Bobby Williams. Cedric Benson with his best carry of the afternoon. You see the overload here now for the Bengals as they move Whitworth to the right tight end position.
2nd and 3. Give it to Benson again, and he is brought down quickly by the combination of Kiesel and Farrier. So it'll set up 3rd and short now for the Bengals, the number 21 rushing offense in the NFL, just over 100 yards per game. Defensively, Steelers are just allowing 18 points per game. That's 5th in the NFL. Their defensive coordinator, Dick LeBeau, the former head coach of the Bengals, back in 2000 until 2002. 16 years as an assistant coach with Cincinnati. 3rd and 3. On the pitch, Andrew Hawkins turns the corner. Wide receivers getting involved in the running attack on both sides. Wallace for Pittsburgh and Hawkins for Cincinnati as Andre Smith got outside to create some space for the 1st down.
Yeah, it was an empty backfield until Hawkins got to the pitch position. And that's 2 big plays in this first half for Andrew Hawkins. That one on a 3rd down, keep this drive alive.
It was Miller who bobbled that ball for Pittsburgh and kept it alive for Leon Hall to snatch it away and give Cincinnati the football. 4-yard gain on that run. Benson sticks his helmet down and powers through for a 5-yard pickup just short of the 25. And James Farrier with another tackle. Some early numbers. Roethlisberger a touchdown and a pick. Andy Dalton the long touchdown to A.J. Green. Rushing numbers have not been a huge factor, although Mendenhall did get the rushing touchdown in the first quarter.
And Mike Wallace, leading rusher for the Steelers, 2 carries for 31 yards on those end arounds.
Call it a 2nd and 5 here for Cincinnati. Bengals trail the Steelers by 7. Short drop, pump and throw. It's Dalton. Too high. Jerome Simpson, the intended receiver. And William Gay there defensively for Pittsburgh.
3rd down coming up. You go back to a couple, the only 2 times the Bengals have converted on 3rd downs today. Been to Andrew Hawkins, won a pass reception, and that run on 3rd down that they just picked up to the 30-yard line.
Cincinnati's 2 losses this season have come to Denver and San Francisco. 5-game winning streak. First time they've done that since 1988, which was the Super Bowl season with our colleague Boomer Esiason. They won 6 in a row to open the season. 3rd and 5. Dalton under pressure. It's incomplete. Gresham with Polamalu. And Gresham was blanketed by the safety.
Yeah, Dalton's looking at a blitz right up the middle. Here, both linebackers you can see there are going to come, Timmons and Farrier, and then Polamalu will come at the very last instant to knock the ball away from Gresham. That blitz forced that quick throw by Dalton.
So it brings out Mike Nugent, the Centerville, Ohio native, from 43 yards away, trying to cut into the Pittsburgh lead. And Nugent knocks it through. Cincinnati trails Pittsburgh 14-10. They score 3 after the pick. Miller with Hall there for the INT. They turned it into points. Here in Cincinnati, Pittsburgh 14, the Bengals 10. A 7-play, 15-yard drive after the interception. Mike Nugent, 43-yard field goal. He kicks it off now to Antonio Brown, and he kicks it out of the end zone. Steelers will have it at the 20-yard line. Ben Roethlisberger, 3 straight 300-yard passing games, the first Steeler to ever do it. Can he make it 4 in a row today in Cincy?
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Scottrade. See for yourself why so many investors are saying, I'm with Scottrade. The HTC Resound, the only phone with built-in Beats audio. And by Triple Hops Brewed Miller Lite. Taste greatness.
Back to Paul Brown Stadium, 14-10 Steelers leading the Bengals. 1st and 10 from the 20 on a handoff to Isaac Redmond, who keeps the legs churning to the 25. 5-yard pickup, Chris Crocker making that stop for Cincinnati. And an injured Bengal on the play. Mike Tomlin actually spent time as an assistant coach at the University of Cincinnati for a couple of years, 1999 and 2000. We asked him how did he enjoy his time here. He said, well, it's before he and his wife had kids, so they enjoyed it. Had that cool downtown apartment.
Biggest decision is, where do you want to eat dinner tonight, honey?
Manny Lawson of Cincinnati was shaken up on the previous play. Nothing serious, but he'll have to sit a play out. Dan Skuda will step in for him at linebacker. 2nd and 5 for Pittsburgh from the 25. Redmond gets the call again. And Isaac Redmond will get a gain of 2 yards. Malaluga making that stop for the Bengals.
Steelers taking advantage of the versatility of David Johnson. Big tight end, can also play fullback, plays on the wing at times as the H-back in movement. So with that type of versatility as he comes back into the game, Steelers don't have to substitute. They can get big guys in the game and run the ball as they have effectively so far today.
Bengals have held their last 6 opponents to under 100 yards rushing. That's the longest active streak in the NFL. Held Chris Johnson to 64 yards on the ground last week, 32. Roethlisberger, pump fake. Roethlisberger now in trouble, and Roethlisberger gets rid of it. But Redmond did not have the room to roam. It's a loss of 8 on the play.
We're so used to seeing Roethlisberger do this and then throw a long bomb, but this is good tenacity by the Bengals. Ma'aluga coming up the middle, good pressure there by Geno Atkins, which he's done all year long, and then on the outside, the tackle by the Bengals.
Manny Lawson, who came back on the field and made that play. Return man Brandon Tate after the punt from Jeremy Kapanos. 45-yard punt.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by McDonald's. I'm loving it. And by Kay Jewelers, the #1 jewelry store in America. Every kiss begins with K.
Coming up, Sprint Halftime Report, JP and Company, the latest NFL scores and highlights. That's coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report. Pittsburgh Steelers leading the Cincinnati Bengals 14-10. 10:08 to play in the second quarter. Bengals with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Benson in the backfield, Green the motion man. Givens to Benson, and motors his way through across the 35 with Williams and Smith on that right side, helping to spring Benson loose for 7. Saturday, the Home Depot SEC on CBS brings you the Mississippi State Bulldogs against the 8th-ranked Arkansas Razorbacks. It all starts with college football today at 3 Eastern. That's all on Saturday here on CBS. 2nd and 3 now. Pittsburgh #6 against the run this season. And it's A.J. Green showing off the speed. 6'4", 207 pounds. And a dynamic talent.
This is the 4th end around we've seen today. 2 by each teams. And all 4 of them have been successful. You see, he's still a little tender on that right knee.
And a little bit of a grimace there at the end of the play. Double tight end set in this formation with a 1st down at the 46-yard line. Handed off for Benson. Stops. And Benson unable to break loose of Kiesel. Brett Kiesel just sticking with it. Went to the Pro Bowl last year. Active defensive end. And a loss of 1 on the play.
Bengals are determined to run the ball against this Steeler defense. This offensive line, if it's not the biggest in the NFL, I'm not sure who is. You got Andre Smith, 335, Bobby Williams, 340. Kyle Cook's a small guy at center, only 316. Livings, 332, and Whitworth, 335. Then you add a couple of tight ends. Boy, that's some power.
So what a job Jay Gruden has done running this offense. His first year as a coordinator in the NFL. Spent 7 years as an assistant under his brother in Tampa Bay. And it's Andrew Hawkins with Troy Polamalu over there defensively. They'll give him a gain of 2 on the play.
We've seen some broken tackles today by Steeler defensive backs. Watch this hit by Polamalu. He spins Hawkins out of bounds.
6-time Pro Bowler, 2010 Defensive Player of the Year. Dalton throws, and nobody home. He was trying to locate Andre Caldwell, and the Bengals offense stalls. It's 4th down.
Little frustration there by Dalton. He anticipated Caldwell continuing on his route to the outside. There's a dead area in that zone. Dalton threw the ball where he thought the receiver should be.
Dalton is 4 of 11, 69 yards, the long touchdown to Green. Kevin Huber, the Cincinnati native, punting to Antonio Brown. Fair catch, and he brings it in cleanly, just short of the 14-yard line. Extended conversation after the punt. We'll step aside. 14-10, Pittsburgh leading Cincinnati. We welcome you back here, Paul Brown Stadium. Ian Eagle along with the Hall of Famer Dan Fouts. A couple of interesting storylines at play here. You've got the Bengals trying to prove that this is no fluke at 6-2, and you got the Pittsburgh Steelers recognizing they're in a bit of a hole in the AFC North.
Yeah, the Bengals are showing some grit too, falling behind 14-0, getting the great touchdown reception by A.J. Green. Then the turnover to get 14 points, wipe out that 14-point lead with 10 straight points of their own. This is Pittsburgh's 5th drive of the game. The first 2 drives, they ran 17 plays. The last 2, that Steelers offense has only been able to get 6 plays run.
Steelers open up this possession at the 13-yard line. Fake the handoff. Roethlisberger fires, deep ball, double coverage, and incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. Reggie Nelson and Leon Hall there, and Nelson had it on his fingertips.
Yeah, until Leon Hall came back and knocked it out, both trying their hardest to pick this ball off, and it really should have been intercepted. Bad decision by Roethlisberger, underthrown. Reggie Nelson was there. There's the collision with Hall, but another good play by the Bengal defense.
Noise level is picked up. 2nd and 10. They'll run it with Mendenhall. And Mendenhall with a shake and bake move for 4. Nate Clemens with the hit. So it'll be a 3rd and 6 coming up. Cincinnati has been stingy against the run. Longest streak in the NFL, as mentioned. 6 games in a row, not allowing an opponent over 100 yards. They've given up 55 on the ground today. Orange mixed with gold in the stands today. 4 receiver set. Shotgun. Roethlisberger. And tight window for Heath Miller. First down, Steelers. Thomas Howard, the linebacker, drew the assignment. 7-yard gain.
Solid pass protection on that 3rd down for the Steelers and Roethlisberger. You can see Miller's just going to run a very delayed route over the middle. And how about the determination to atone for the bobble that was intercepted as he drags Thomas Howard about 2 yards for that first down.
Now, Howard said Ben Roethlisberger's arm is underrated. He doesn't get a lot of credit for the arm strength. It's all the other things that he brings to the table. Roethlisberger lost his shoe, and the Bengals pounce. Manny Lawson.
Damata Pecco got a great jump on the snap count, and I wonder if that may have caused Roethlisberger to have his foot stepped on and that shoe come off. Looked like Chris Kemoatu may have stepped back on the foot of Roethlisberger because he knew that Pecco was coming.
Loss of 6 on the play. Shotgun for Roethlisberger. Short drop, pump in trouble. They've got him again. Robert gathers.
Back-to-back sacks for the Bengals. This is good coverage sack here. Overpowering is Gathers on his pass rush against the rookie Marcus Gilbert. That's a bull rush. Gilbert giving up way too much space.
And it's really energized the fans now. A 3rd and 19. Under 5 minutes to go in his first half. Roethlisberger throws, high ball, and caught by Brown. First down, Steelers across the 35. Antonio Brown, who Mike Tomlin said could be the hardest working player on the team, And Brown has really gained confidence in his second year.
And he worked hard for this reception. Knew what he needed for the first down. Ball is tipped up into the air. He stays with it. Look at Roethlisberger eyeing him all the way. 21 yards when they needed 21 yards.
Brown said the timing with Roethlisberger has gotten better. His understanding of the route concepts has improved as well. And a new set of downs for Pittsburgh. Play action. Roethlisberger releases at the last moment, and it's incomplete. Rashard Mendenhall, the intended receiver. Lawson laid out a shot on Big Ben.
And Lawson is very active at that defensive end spot. Coming on the pass rush as an outside linebacker. Another big, tall guy at 6'5". Watch him come around the corner. Roethlisberger lucky to get this ball off just in an instant in time there as he beats the block of Ramon Foster.
And their pickups on defense have played well this season. Lawson from San Francisco, Clements from San Francisco, Thomas Howard from Oakland. 2nd and 10. Give it to Mendenhall. And not much there. A 3-yard gain for Mendenhall. Malaluga involved in that stop for Cincinnati.
Yeah, Lawson goes 240. And that's about what Roethlisberger weighs, but that's a lot of force down on the right shoulder of Ben Roethlisberger. This has got almost a bowl game atmosphere with both sides.
Yeah.
A lot of fans here from Steelers cheering when they make a play, and of course the hometown getting excited.
Steelers are 4 of 5 on 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 7. From the gun, rush coming again. They handle it. Roethlisberger throws on time for Antonio Brown into Cincinnati territory. And the Steelers move the chains 15 yards on the hookup.
12 completions now for Roethlisberger to 7 different receivers. The blitz coming here and here on the bottom of the screen. But look how cool and well protected Roethlisberger is. Real sharp route on the outside, too, by Brown in front of Leon Hall.
That'll quiet the crowd for a moment. Roethlisberger 137 yards through the air. Isaac Redmond. Running lane for Redmond, and he picks up 5. David Johnson with a good block for Redmond as Roethlisberger continues to spread it around.
And as you said, Ian, been most effective on 3rd downs, 5 of 6 now to keep drives alive for the Steelers.
And that Roethlisberger-Brown connection has been huge on this drive. Ben saying that Brown gets a little better every week. He still makes little mistakes, but he puts in a lot of work, and he continues to ask Ben for feedback. On a 2nd and 5, Roethlisberger. It's Brown again! Antonio Brown with another 1st down. And he continues to rack up yardage. That's 18 yards. Leon Hall in coverage. And we've hit the 2-minute warning here in Cincinnati. And it's been a good one, the Steelers and Bengals. 1:58 to play. First half here in Cincinnati. 14-10. Steelers in front. And Pittsburgh with a 1st and 10 just across the 25-yard line of the Bengals. Roethlisberger, pump, little floater, caught, touchdown! It's Cotchery again! And the Steelers build on their lead. Penalty marker thrown.
Pass
Steelers coming
interference,
back.
number 83 offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 1st down.
First penalty of the day. Heath Miller shaking his head.
Let's check it out. Here's Miller right here. Cotchery's going to come from the other side of the field. And again, it's extending the play, stepping up into the pocket. Yeah, you can see Miller at the bottom of the screen there. He reached out and grabbed Jabril Wilson. That's a good call and a huge call against the Steelers.
And Dan Leon Hall just limped off for Cincinnati, the talented corner. So Kelly Jennings, the veteran formerly of Seattle, is in. on first down. Shotgun for Roethlisberger. He guns it. Antonio Brown in stride. Beautiful slant. Roethlisberger to Brown.
And another first down. That one good for 21 yards. 4 catches on this drive now for 74 yards for Antonio Brown. He would have been a good fantasy pickup today.
That's true.
In fact, I think he was. Didn't you pick him up?
Well, I instructed those. Who listens? Mendenhall sticks the shoulder down and drives inside the 10 for a 3.5-yard gain. Thomas Howard with the tackle. And a timeout taken with 1:10 to play.
Yeah, that was a real questionable pass interference call on Heath Miller that negated the Cotchery touchdown. And here we are right here. Miller's going to go down. He's guarded by Jabril Wilson. Cotchery way out here is going to come across the middle. Watch. Or actually Cotchery from the other side. And this is what they're looking at. Right there you can see Miller reach out and just grab Wilson ever so slightly as Cotchery goes on by. Cotchery's getting the hang of this Ben Roethlisberger style of pass offense. Stay alive.
Just one penalty called today, and it negated a touchdown for the Steelers. 14th play of the drive. That could have ended on the first play if Roethlisberger was picked off by Nelson. But he got the ball jarred loose by his teammate Leon Hall. 2nd and 7 for the Steelers. Roethlisberger hit as he throws. Incomplete. Miller in the vicinity, but Gathers and Johnson able to come together to crunch in on Roethlisberger.
This is what Mike Zimmer wants, not to see Leon Hall go to the locker room, but rather to see that defensive line. He likes to use a 8-man rotation. It's only a 7-man rotation today because Dunlap is out of the lineup with an injury. So you can see how effective they are, bringing Johnson around the corner, and Gathers has had a big day as well. Now the Steelers will talk about it with a timeout.
And the injury for Hall is a left Achilles injury. His return is questionable. Steelers will face a 3rd and 7. Coming up, Sprint halftime report. JB and the rest of the crew back in New York. The latest NFL scores and highlights. That's coming up on the Sprint halftime report. Ben Roethlisberger, 7-1 all-time here at Paul Brown Stadium. 10-4 in his career against the Bengals overall. Grew up 3 hours north of Cincinnati, Findlay, Ohio. And attended college even closer to the city at Miami, Ohio.
In Oxford, Ohio. No, he said he went to Oxford for college.
Does he say that?
He will now.
Did you go to Cambridge? 3rd and 7. 1:09 to play. First half. Steelers leading at 14-10. From the gun, Roethlisberger. Pump. And Roethlisberger is dumped. Geno Atkins. It's 4th down. 3rd Cincinnati sack.
Atkins, number 97, 68 is Kimawatu, and it's an inside move there. Roethlisberger looking to bring the ball down, maybe escape the pocket one more time, but a real good first step by Atkins to get inside of Kimawatu for another sack.
And the pass rush coming alive on this drive. All 3 of the sacks.
Yeah, they had back-to-back sacks that put the Steelers back in a real long 3rd down and 19. They got the first down on the first catch of this drive by Antonio Brown. It was good for 21. What a drive for Antonio Brown.
Sean Sweezum is 15 of 20 this year. This is a 39-yard field goal attempt. And Sweezum splits the uprights. 17-10 Steelers. Just under a minute to go in this first half. 16 plays, 67 yards for Pittsburgh.
Now you talked about how Antonio Brown is getting to work with Ben Roethlisberger. How about this catch? That was the one that bailed them out of that 3rd and 19. And then a couple of catches in a row against Leon Hall. Hall injured his left Achilles tendon. This ball gets the ball down deep into the red zone. But Antonio Brown, 4 catches on that drive for 74 yards.
Antonio Brown out of Central Michigan. His father Eddie played in the Arena League. And Brown is really turning into a big play threat for this Steeler offense.
You can see what the effect that speed that both he and Wallace have, and the timing now that they're developing with Roethlisberger on not necessarily the deep balls, but the out routes, the hook routes, the crossing routes, where they're forcing the defensive backs to respect the speed and play the deep ball.
That ball came off the tee, so Sweezum will have to reset it. Roethlisberger, 14 of 22, 175 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Now Andy Dalton will get an opportunity here, and the ball comes off again. He needs some help.
Yeah, needs some super glue or something, or how about a holder?
I think the latter probably would be the better choice.
Well, that latter's going to be Bryant McFadden. It is gusty on the field. That was an impressive field goal kick by Sweezum right into the teeth of this wind. You talked about the gusts up to 30 miles an hour.
Brandon Tate is deep. 5 yards deep in the end zone. Sweezum. This one is going to roll into the end zone as Tate decides to back off, and Cincinnati will have it at the 20 with 58 seconds to work with. Tuesday on CBS. A cop who remembers everything will turn to her family to solve a mystery you'll never forget. Mary Lou Henner guests on TV's #1 news show, Unforgettable, Tuesday, only CBS. Steelers with a 7-point lead, just under a minute left in this second quarter.
Bengals have already used 2 timeouts, so it'll be interesting to see how much Jay Gruden and Marvin Lewis trust their rookie quarterback to run this offense.
From the gun, Dalton felt a little pressure from the blind side and decided to heave it away with Jason World supplying the heat. So Dalton is now 4 of 12 for 69 yards and a touchdown. He has not been able to get into a rhythm against this Dick LeBeau-led defense from Pittsburgh. Since 2009, the Steelers are 7-0 in the regular season after losses. They're coming off a 23-20 loss to Baltimore, swept by the Ravens this season. Brian Leonard in there, and Leonard banged down by James Farrior.
So they basically gave Dalton one play on first down. Liked the way he threw the ball away, and now they're just going to apparently run the clock out.
7-point disparity. Looks like Cincinnati is going to accept that as we inch closer to halftime. So on third down now for the Bengals. The Steelers had 2 timeouts to work with. Give is to Leonard. That hit hard. Polamalu leading that charge along with Harrison.
And now the Steelers do use a timeout.
Well, you force their hand. You never know what could happen. Block punt, mishandle snap, high snap. And that's smart coaching by Mike Tomlin. Although they could have taken a timeout earlier to maybe conserve a little more time.
Well, especially after the incomplete pass on first down. Huber will be punting this ball away with the wind at his back.
Comes in averaging just under 45 yards per punt. Really known as a directional punter coming out of the University of Cincinnati. Antonio Brown standing at his own 31-yard line. Angles it towards the sideline, and that was the plan. Well executed as time runs out in this first half. The Steelers with a 17-10 lead over the Cincinnati Bengals. 222 yards of offense for Pittsburgh. Sprint halftime report is coming up after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Ben Roethlisberger distributing, getting everybody involved on offense. Steelers able to strike quickly, but the Bengals defense then came alive, able to keep them in the game at the break. It's halftime at Paul Brown Stadium. Pittsburgh 17 and the Bengals 10. Right now, let's take a look at the NFL mobile recap. It's presented by Verizon.
Yeah, the best play of the first half for the Bengals, Andy Dalton tossing this 36-yard touchdown pass to fellow rookie A.J. Green. And that play really set the tone for the Bengals. Got them back in the game. They were down 14-0 at that point. Then they got the turnover, the Leon Hall interception that we showed. But this really is like a playoff game. You know, the Bengals wanting to prove they belong at the top of the AFC North. This thing's going to go down to the end of the season. This game's going to go down to the end of the game. You can see the turnovers there. Again, the Steelers, worst team in the league as far as turning the ball over, and they have one in that first half. And those 3 quarterback sacks by the Bengal defense, that's what it's going to take. That's the formula for the Bengals this year. Strong defense and solid play out of their rookie quarterback, Andy Dalton.
It looked like the Steelers could run away with this thing, a 14-0 lead. Bengals battle back. Pittsburgh with a football to open up this second half. Antonio Brown on the return. And a flag thrown right at the end of the play as Brown was able to take it just across the 30-yard line.
During the return, holding, number 54, receiving. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Go back to the first half possessions for the Steelers. They started off as good as you possibly could with these first 2 touchdowns, but it's here and here that the Bengals defense came up strong, forcing the punt after the interception, a couple of 3-play drives for Pittsburgh. But then the Steelers responded with a field goal drive based strongly on the play of Roethlisberger to Antonio Brown.
66 yards rushing in the first half, 156 yards through the air. Extra offensive lineman here for Pittsburgh. Wallace goes in motion, and they'll give it to Mendenhall straight ahead. Wallace faked on an end around. We've seen 2 from Pittsburgh, 2 from Cincinnati, and that's a 2.5-yard gain for Mendenhall. Frosty Rucker will get credit for the tackle.
And Leon Hall's not in the lineup right now. He's been replaced by Kelly Jennings.
It's a left Achilles injury for Hall, who had an interception in that first half. Pittsburgh going no huddle, but Roethlisberger making sure everybody's on the same page here. Fans trying to disrupt Ben Roethlisberger on a 2nd and 7. Straight back. Roethlisberger is brought down. Rucker getting in there.
Frosty Rucker couldn't bring him down. It's amazing that Roethlisberger could hang on to this ball. Watch Rucker, number 92, come in from the side here. Roethlisberger banging into his left guard, Chris Kimioatu. Fortunate not to fumble that ball.
And now a 3rd and 9. Trying to get the play call from the sideline.
Constant pressure on Roethlisberger since those first 2 drives of the ball game.
The jungle has been loud. From the gun. Roethlisberger throws incomplete. Mike Wallace, intended receiver. Jennings there defensively for Cincinnati, and a rather quick 3 and out for Pittsburgh.
Again, the Bengals bring the pressure that time. That sped up the clock a little bit for Roethlisberger. He had Wallace on the hook route, just threw it too far to the inside.
Jeremy Kapanos in for Daniel Sepulveda, placed on IR with a right knee injury, had surgery on Tuesday. Backpedaling is Tate. And Tate hit at the 32-yard line. Lawrence Timmons on special teams, a 57-yard punt. The rookie leading the Bengals offense when we come back. Cincinnati Bengals have been one of the best comeback teams in the NFL. 4 fourth-quarter comebacks this season, tied with the Giants atop the league. Right now, this team would be the #1 seed in the AFC playoffs. They trail the Steelers 17-10. First possession, second half for Cincinnati. And it's Benson getting the carry. Cedric Benson driving for a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, it was a rough start for the Bengals. Just 8 yards their first 2 possessions, but then that long touchdown pass, Andy Dalton to A.J. Green. Dalton's only completed 4 of 12 for 69 yards, and just 1 catch for A.J. Green in that first half. Green playing on a gimpy right knee, and he injured on the catch. In fact, he's not in the lineup right now as the Bengals go with tight ends.
We've seen a lot of Dennis Rowland, number 74, getting opportunities as an extra offensive lineman. Fake the handoff. Dalton rifles, out route, caught by Gresham. And the tight end's got a first down. Good speed for the second-year pro out of Oklahoma. First-round draft pick, picks up 10 yards.
Second catch of the afternoon for Gresham. Down and out after the play fake, and it's a good one to Benson. Holds the linebackers just enough, and Gresham's such a weapon for Dalton and this Bengal offense.
So fresh set of downs for Cincinnati out near midfield now. Dalton, and too high. Over the head of Andre Caldwell. William Gay in the vicinity for Pittsburgh.
Well, one guy you can count on for the Steeler defense week in and week out is number 43, Troy Polamalu. Dynamic tackler, great anticipator. What a hitter, too.
Well, this Steeler defense has not been able to force turnovers. We talked to Mike Tomlin about it. He thought with Harrison back in the lineup that there would be a cause and effect. It hasn't happened yet today. 2nd and 10. Shotgun. Tried for the quick hitter, and Caldwell unable to haul it in. You know, Polamalu can strike fear on the football field. He also has a knack outside of the football field. This one is interesting. This is when you know you made it. You're a wax figure, but you're real. He just freaked people out. Oh, look at that. In October, Madame Tussauds did unveil the wax figure.
He freaks out a lot of people.
Yeah.
Man, what a player. What a figure.
That's good. 3rd and 10. A dart. Dalton to Caldwell. It wasn't right on line, but Caldwell was able to make the adjustment for the first down.
Yeah, a lot of comparisons, not only because he wears the number 14 of the great quarterback here for the Bengals, Kenny Anderson, but it's similar throwing mechanics. Both are very strong players, dart throwers, if you will, very accurate. Dalton with a big 3rd down conversion that time.
We asked Dalton about the preseason prognosticators. He said, nobody gave us much of a chance. We had the attitude, let's prove everybody wrong. Cedric Benson out across the 35 with Cook and Williams up front with key blocks, a 6.5-yard gain. And A.J. Green is currently on the stationary bike.
Yeah, not where you want to see him when your team is on offense, but he's trying to work out the soreness in his right knee. 6 touchdown catches already.
Green and Dalton met at the rookie symposium. Green says he's just been so impressed with the way that Dalton conducts himself in the huddle, outside the huddle, leadership quality. 2nd and 4. Dalton over the middle. Koshard. It'll be first and goal for Cincinnati. Third catch of the season for the rookie tight end out of South Dakota State. He had a touchdown last week in the win over Tennessee.
Yeah, you don't expect him to catch a lot of balls, but 2 weeks in a row now, here he comes off the line of scrimmage. And because Polamalu is coming on the blitz, nobody is there to pick up Koshard. Hangs on after the big hit there by Ryan Clark, but a beautiful throw and catch, and the Bengals are in business.
That covers 25 yards. First and goal, give is to Benson, and he is wrestled down as Polamalu pressed the line and limited Benson to a 1-yard gain.
Nobody does it better than Polamalu. Previous player was coming on the blitz to tackle the quarterback, didn't get there, but this time he does get there in time to stop Benson for a short gain.
And they're missing a weapon here in the red zone. A.J. Green, who certainly could be a factor on fade routes at 6'4", still on the sideline working on the bite. So Brandon Tate and Andrew Hawkins are in.
And your weapon now becomes the tight end, Gresham.
Cincinnati looking for the tie. Dalton throws underneath and banged down as he's able to complete it to Andre Caldwell. Flag thrown.
Oh, it's a late hit by Lawrence Timmons. Caldwell on the ground and Timmons comes in.
Personal foul, late hit, number 94. Defense, half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
And that's going to give Cincinnati more opportunities.
Well, it was going to be third down, so this is a huge penalty against the Steelers and Timmons. So it gives them a first down and goal from about the 1-yard line. And you know they'll have 4 good, strong shots if they don't get in.
Jumbo formation here for Cincinnati. Bengals looking for the equalizer. Handoff, it's Benson trying to slice through. He cannot. Steelers were ready for him. Ziggy Hood got him down low. It's a loss on the play.
Yeah, fullback Chris Presley indecisive as the lead blocker on this play. Watch number 36 here hit off the left side. Benson's waiting for him to make a block. Can't find anybody. Should have been turning up inside there as Casey Hampton makes the tackle.
Second and goal for the Bengals. Fake the handoff. Dalton floats it upstairs. Caught by Gresham. Touchdown, Bengals.
That is an NFL pro quarterback throw by Andy Dalton. The play fake, pressure in his face, trust that Gresham will get to the corner. Here's Harrison right at his knees. Anticipation to get the ball to Gresham, and Gresham with the toe tap for the touchdown. Right on the black part, that's the line stripe, the Bengals stripe in the end zone. Easy touchdown for Gresham and his rookie quarterback.
Welcome back to the lineup, Jermaine Gresham. Missed the last 2 games with a hamstring injury. And with A.J. Green trying to work through a knee problem, it's Gresham who turns out to be the quarterback's best friend deep in Pittsburgh territory. Every score is looked at. They took a look at the toe tap by Gresham, and it stands. 11 plays, 67 yards. Extra point, Mike Nugent. We are tied at 17 with 8:38 to play. Third quarter.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. And by Ford. Drive one.
Perfect setting here in Cincinnati. AFC North battle between Pittsburgh and the Bengals. Gresham's 1-yard touchdown has tied this game at 17 apiece with 8:38 remaining in the third quarter. Andy Dalton, 5 of 7, 54 yards, and that touchdown pass on that drive.
Completed his last 4 straight on that drive, and a beautiful capper, the soft lob to Gresham in the back of the end zone.
Nugent will kick it off for Cincinnati. Brown and Redmond are deep. This will be Brown taking it out 3 yards deep in the end zone. Got to the perimeter, but got closed off there, short of the 20-yard line, as Cedric Pierman makes the play on special teams. Andy Dalton, 14 touchdowns in his first year. He might be Rookie of the Year in the NFL. Pittsburgh Steelers are 33-1 under Mike Tomlin when they get a lead of 10 points or more. They led this one 14-0. Roethlisberger delivers to Jericho Cotchery, and a first down covering 13 yards across the 30-yard line. Thursday on CBS, a Cold War spy returns for revenge. Don't miss the new hit drama, Person of Interest. That's Thursday only. CBS. Steelers working. No huddle here, picking up the pace. We'll hit the 8-minute mark of this third quarter. Mendenhall searching for a hole. He finds one, and he falls forward across the 35 for a 5-yard pickup. Thomas Howard with the hit for Cincinnati.
That was a real veteran run by Richard Mendenhall, just allowing his offensive line to do their thing. He found that little crack on the right side behind Ramon Foster and Marquise Pouncey.
Leon Hall is out for the rest of this game with a left Achilles injury. Kelly Jennings is in for him. Spread the field, Roethlisberger. Short throw for Wallace, trying to create after the catch. And Wallace hit as he crossed the 45. It's a 9-yard gain. Cotchery with a block, and they'll move the chains again for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, showing the versatility. We've seen Wallace carry the ball in the end around in the first half twice. And now taking a short pass, almost like a wide receiver screen, and picking up a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line. 7 minutes to play in the third. Steelers and Bengals tied at 17. Running play. Mendenhall trying to bounce it to the outside. Hit initially, and then brought down on that second wave of contact. Clemens slowed him down, and that allowed the Bengals defenders to come over to make the play on Mendenhall.
Great job by Clemens initially, and then Ma'aluga from his middle linebacker spot running out there to take down Mendenhall.
Isaac Redmond in, Mendenhall to the sideline. No huddle for the Steelers, but Roethlisberger will make sure everybody knows the play. Play clock down to 1. From the gun, Roethlisberger. It's complete. Antonio Brown. First down, Steelers. Kelly Jennings, the defender, and injured Steeler on the play. It's Max Starks.
Slant route by Antonio Brown in front of Jennings against that man-to-man, but of more concern right now is what happened to Big Max Starks.
Roethlisberger fell on top of him at the end of the play.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by E-Trade and by the Droid Razor. Thin is no longer frail, only at Verizon.
Starting left tackle Max Starks injured on the previous play. Jonathan Scott has stepped in for him with 5:42 remaining in the third quarter. Scott was the starter at left tackle before Mike Tomlin made a change. And Starks was signed back in week 4 to rejoin his former team. Give is to Redmond. And Isaac Redmond emerging with a first down run across the 30-yard line. Heath Miller in there for a key block and an 11-yard gain.
Yeah, really good power by Redmond. Not much of a hole, he just powers through it. Heath Miller with a key block there. Redmond picks up a first down.
That's now 86 yards on the ground for Pittsburgh.
Starks was able to jog off the field, so it was not a leg injury. It might have been a stinger when Roethlisberger fell on top of him.
1st and 10 at the Cincinnati 29. Movement, Roethlisberger pointing, and we get flags down. Pat Sims, big number 90, jump. Did Pouncey make him jump by his own movement? Cincinnati is yet to be penalized here today.
Neutral zone infraction, number 90 of the defense. In the neutral zone, caused the offensive man a false start, 5 yards, still first down.
Now what's on the line here today? Baltimore and Cincinnati interaction tied atop the AFC North standings at 6-2. Steelers a half game behind, but 0-2 in the division after the 2 losses to Baltimore. This is the first of 4 straight divisional games for the Bengals. Coming up, Baltimore, Cleveland, and then Pittsburgh again. 1st and 5 after the penalty. Mendenhall tried to sidestep a tackler and picks up 3 in the process. Reggie Nelson in on that stop for Cincinnati.
And good news for the Steelers. Max Starks back in at his normal left tackle spot. It may have been a wrist injury, but he's back in a hurry.
2nd and 2. Steelers continue to go no huddle, so they have a lot of time to work with on that play clock. Once they get to the line, it's a running play. And Mendenhall chooses to go up the middle, and it is enough for a first down. Chris Crocker with the tackle for the Bengals.
The one thing that this running attack is doing for the Steelers is it's forcing the Bengals to load the box. That exposes the corners to Wallace and Brown.
9th play of the drive. This coming off Cincinnati tying the game. From the gun, Roethlisberger. Devoured! Johnson and Gathers come together. 5th Cincinnati sack of the day.
Yeah, Mike Zimmer said it's important for the defensive linemen to stay disciplined. Watch as they don't get out of their rush lanes. They force Roethlisberger to step up, and there's 3 Bengals there to bring him down.
So back it up, a 2nd and 12 now, under 3 minutes to go in the 3rd. Mike Zimmer, formerly with Dallas and Atlanta, and he is running this defense in Cincinnati and has got them playing at a high level. Roethlisberger throws. It's caught by Wallace. Kelly Jennings gave him some cushion. And let's see where they spot it. Right at that first down line.
Well, Roethlisberger found the single coverage. Wallace against Jennings. And Jennings not there in time. This is going to be close enough to bring out the chains.
And it's enough. Or is it? Oh,
Yeah.
a full extension.
Yeah, they got that 3rd and 4th kink there straightened out, and it's not enough. Or is it?
They got faked out on the initial lean forward. So it's inches now. Roethlisberger inside the 10.
And because it's 2nd down, where are they giving him a first down? They gave him the first down, although it appeared they were a couple of links short.
So it's 1st and goal from the 9. Tight formation for the Steelers. Handoff. Mendenhall stays on his feet. Oh, what an effort! Touchdown, Steelers! Rashard Mendenhall from 9 yards away. Breaking loose for the score.
Yeah, he just didn't break anybody's tackle. That was Damata Pecco's tackle that Mendenhall broke. Here's Pecco right here. Watch him come down. Actually, Pickles right over the nose. Watch him work to get to Mendenhall, but then cannot bring him down. Great effort by Mendenhall. Almost went down there, put that left hand down to keep his balance, and then sniff out that end zone and dive for it.
11 plays, 81 yards for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Second rushing touchdown of the day for Mendenhall. And the extra point from Sean Sweezum. Pittsburgh 24, Cincinnati 17. Steelers have now hit 100 yards rushing, snapping the Bengals streak. Another long, productive drive for the Pittsburgh Steelers. 11 plays, 81 yards. Mendenhall with a touchdown. And the Steelers with a 24-17 lead over Cincinnati. Sean Sweezum kicking it off. And out of the end zone, Bengals will have it at the 20-yard line. Want to welcome those of you who've been watching Buffalo and Dallas. 7-point differential here. Steelers 2 touchdowns on the first 2 drives, took a 14-0 lead. Bengals came back with a Dalton to Green touchdown. And Andy Dalton has settled down nicely against this tough defense. Dick LeBeau, defensive coordinator, 12-1 against rookie quarterbacks since LeBeau took over as the D coordinator in 04 for Pittsburgh. LeBeau, an Ohio guy, originally grew up 90 minutes north of Cincinnati. Cedric Benson. And nothing there for Benson. No gain on the play. Let's get you caught up to how we got here. Roethlisberger spreading it around to Jericho Cotchery. There's the Dalton pass to his talented rookie Green, who got hurt on the play with a knee injury. Dalton to Gresham, the second-year tight end, and then the Steelers answered with Mendenhall, his second rushing touchdown of the day.
And on that drive, they went no huddle, 14 plays, picked up 7 first downs on that drive.
Benson has been limited to 32 yards on the ground. Second and long. Play fake. Dalton has time. Flag down. And a drop ball by Benson.
They're going to get Whitworth for holding on James Harrison. First time we've seen Harrison make an impact play. He's coming around the corner on Dalton.
Holding, number 77. Offense, 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Well, last week Harrison returned after missing 4 games with a fractured orbital bone, and he had 3 sacks and a forced fumble against Baltimore.
Well, Dalton is 6'7", Harrison barely 6 feet tall. Watch the left arm of Whitworth right there as Harrison goes to the ground, and Whitworth gets the penalty.
Down to 1:12 remaining in the third quarter. Now a 2nd and 19 for Cincinnati. From the gun. They handle the rush. Over the middle to Hawkins. And Dalton throws a strike to the rookie from Toledo, Troy Polamalu, with a tackle. That covers 16 yards.
Hawkins has made 3 impactful plays in this ball game. One on an end around and then a couple of pass receptions. This gives the Bengals a real lift, setting up a 3rd down and 3 after that penalty on Whitworth.
5 receivers set for Cincinnati. 3rd and 3.
Right there.
Dalton guns for Hawkins again. What a factor he's been. It's a first down for the Bengals. 9 yards on the pass and catch. 4th grab for Hawkins. 52 yards. Baltimore and Cincinnati tied atop the AFC North at 6-2. Pittsburgh a half game behind at 6-3. And that'll be the final play of the third quarter. Steelers with a 24-17 lead over the Bengals. You're watching the NFL on CBS. 24-17, Steelers leading the Bengals. AFC North matchup here in Cincinnati. Ian Eagle, Dan Fouts, and the rest of our CBS crew. Bengals, one of the biggest surprises in the NFL this season, 6-2. Only 2 winning seasons over the last 20 years. First play of the fourth quarter. Dalton steps up, and Dalton throws it away. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Cincinnati as Kiesel and Harrison provided the heat on Andy Dalton.
Yeah, up to that point, Dalton had thrown 6 straight completions, but throwing this ball away is a smart play by Dalton.
Some of the numbers: Roethlisberger 221 yards through the air. Dalton got off to the slow start. He's picked it up. Cincinnati really has not established the running game here with Cedric Benson, although Bernard Scott did come in early and provided a bit of a jolt on the ground. 2nd and 10. Shotgun. Delayed rush. Dalton gets rid of it and complete. Cedric Benson with James Farrior, the linebacker, coming in on Dalton. That's a 5-yard pass play.
Watch the pressure here by Farrior as he comes free up the middle here. Dalton fades away with enough arm strength to get the ball out to Benson, and again set up a very makeable 3rd down situation. A lot of options here on this 3rd down and 4 for Dalton and the Bengals.
Andy Dalton poised, confident, the number 35 pick in the draft. He's been accurate. And he's been smart. Dalton outside. Could not connect with Andrew Hawkins. It's incomplete. Jason Worlds with the pressure on the rookie Dalton.
Well, that time Dalton just could not have enough time as Worlds coming from this side. Watch as he goes around the pile there and gets in on Dalton with a clean hit to take him down.
And the 5th Cincinnati punt of the day, Kevin Huber. Antonio Brown is waiting for it at the 11. High sailing kick. It'll bounce up in the air and makes its way to the end zone. Andrew Hawkins got down there. And a penalty marker thrown back at the 40-yard line.
10-yard penalty from the 20 to the 10.
And it's going to go against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So a 59-yard punt.
Number 20. That foul will be declined. 1st down, timeout.
Steelers will have it at the 10-yard line. They lead the Bengals 24-17 early in the 4th. 2 penalties on that play, both against Pittsburgh. A holding call is what Cincinnati accepted, backing up the Steelers 10 yards. They open up 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line. Roethlisberger on the handoff for Redmond, and Redmond is driven backwards. They'll give him forward progress to the line of scrimmage. Frosty Rucker with a stop. Stay in the game all season long with the NFL's new selection of mobile apps. Get unparalleled access to stats, fantasy news, video, and more. Go to NFL.com/mobile today.
Big defensive possession, if you will, for the Bengals here. Good start on 1st down.
This Steeler team has won 9 of their last 12 road games. 2nd and 10. Redmond tripped up. Rucker again. He's making plays here today for Cincinnati. And we talked to Bengals players. They said it all starts up front with that rotation. They've got 7 guys rotating on that D-line here this afternoon.
Big play here by Rucker on the outside. Fighting off Max Starks and then diving and just getting the shoelace of Redmond.
Loss of 2. 3rd and 12. Roethlisberger. Long ball. Incomplete. Mike Wallace had separation and had clear running room in front of him.
Yeah, Roethlisberger would like to have this one back because Wallace had a free run. There he is right in the slot, and he's just going to blow by Reggie Nelson here. And you can see the ball just overthrown. Not enough air under that ball for Wallace to adjust to it.
Capanos able to get that one off. Here's Tate with a flag down. And Tate is stacked up at the 32-yard line.
Even with the penalty, if it's against the Bengals, the offense will have very good field position to start this drive.
4 penalties against Pittsburgh, 2 against Cincinnati. Here's Bill Levy.
During the return, holding, number 16 of the receiving team. 10-yard penalty, spot of the foul, first down, timeout.
And it's Andrew Hawkins on special teams. Called on the hold. 7-point lead for the Steelers. Fourth quarter continues. Sunday in downtown Cincinnati. Pittsburgh 24, the Bengals 17. 82nd all-time meeting between these two franchises. And the Bengals with the football in Pittsburgh territory. Bernard Scott on the game. Play fake. Dalton. Lawrence Timmons is there. Off the deflection for the pick.
Looked like tight coverage by William Gay on the slant route here. We've seen this second deflected pass. It's been intercepted, one for each team now. Right about in here, the receiver and cornerback will come in. Good play by Gay, swatting it almost 10 yards across the field to Timmons. Timmons with his first interception of the year, and a big one for the Steelers on first down. Great field position for the Bengals.
Andre Caldwell, the intended receiver. Just the third interception of the season for the Pittsburgh defense. And it's Lawrence Timmons. 7-point lead for the Steelers. 12-16 to play. Play action for Roethlisberger. Throws it over the middle to David Johnson. And a modest gain, 5 yards on first down. Let's go to New York. NFL Today update. JB and Dan Marino.
Dan Fouts will love these numbers.
2 for 8, 69 yards on the day. But look at this beautiful pass, Dan. 56 yards to Eric Decker for a touchdown. Can't beat a perfect throw, and that was.
And who threw that ball?
Tim Tebow.
All right, let's take it back to Ian Eagle and Dan Fouts.
Beautiful pass by Tebow, wasn't it?
Another highlight for Tebow. They've got the lead on Kansas City. Pittsburgh has the lead here, 24-17. Mendenhall runs into a wall. Manny Lawson leading that charge for the Bengals. It's a gain of a half yard on the play.
This is what Mike Zimmer and Marvin Lewis are counting on as they substitute 4 new defensive players now, is the conditioning and the rotation along that front 4 where they get fresh bodies in. Offensive linemen do not rotate. They play the entire game, 5 guys. They're going up against 7 today. Bengals counting on that superior conditioning.
That's something that Domata Peko talked about at great length. This team really believes in themselves in the fourth quarter. 3rd and 4, blitz coming. Roethlisberger, it's dropped. Mike Wallace on the juggle. It would have been a first down for the Steelers. Instead, Pittsburgh has to punt.
Right in front of Nate Clemens. Good throw by Roethlisberger. Looked like Wallace was thinking about turning up the sideline too quickly. Took his eye off the ball. Huge drop on a 3rd down.
Now that's 2 straight 3-and-outs. Kapanos, no rush there. Tate waits for it. It'll bounce and it dies. It actually bounces in the other direction. Kapanos has just pinned the Bengals deep in their own territory after the 53-yard punt. Subway postgame show, JB and company, the latest NFL scores and highlights. That's all coming up on the Subway postgame show. Bernard Scott in the backfield on a 1st and 10 for Cincinnati. Scott dances and a stutter step brings him across the 15-yard line. Give him a good gain on the play, 8.5, 9 yards. See where they spot the football. A.J. Green is still on that stationary bike. He injured his right knee on that fantastic touchdown catch. Tried to come back, and we could see him wince in pain on an end around in the first half.
And Andrew Hawkins has picked up his slack, but nobody can make the impact plays that A.J. Green can do for the Bengals.
Call it a 2nd and 1. Scott again. Fires through that hole for a first down. Out near the 25-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup. Bernard Scott.
Come up with a big smile too, didn't he? That's 2 big gains on the ground for Bernard Scott. One going right side behind Andre Smith and Bobby Williams. That goes left side behind Nate Livings and Andrew Whitworth.
Now we pick up a lot of sounds down on the field. Sometimes you get some salty language in there as well. Dalton throws. Complete. Andre Caldwell underneath the coverage. And give him a gain of 7 on the play. William Gay there defensively for Pittsburgh. We come up on 9 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Pittsburgh 24, Cincinnati 17. Marvin Lewis, former assistant coach with the Pittsburgh Steelers from 1990 to 1995. Fantastic resume. Won a Super Bowl with Baltimore as the defensive coordinator. Moved on to Washington, then got the head coaching job in Cincinnati. Now in his 9th year, longest tenured coach in franchise history. Flag down. Stutter step by Scott and keeps the pile moving with a 5-yard gain. Scott has been that change of pace that Cincinnati's been looking for. But a flag on the play.
You see by the Bengals' reaction is against Pittsburgh. Whether the 5 yards is more than the 5-yard gain, we'll soon see.
Number 92 defense. Penalties declined. Result of the play, first down.
Well, this is an impressive drive so far for Cincinnati. Backed up after that beautiful punt by Kapanos. Bernard Scott being the star on this drive so far.
So Benson in a spectator role. Normally a workhorse for this team. Scott's getting an opportunity. Dalton over the middle. And handled by Gresham. Out across the 41-yard line. Dinking and dunking is working right now for Cincinnati. It's a 6-yard pickup.
Yeah, he had to catch this ball twice, it looked like. Dalton hit him right in the hands, and good reaction by Gresham to stick with it and make the catch.
Remember, Cincinnati also lost a talented slot receiver, Jordan Shipley, to a torn ACL, his left knee. And the Bengals have been able to find some other productive players, including Andrew Hawkins here today. 2nd and 4. Dalton up in the air and broken up. Jerome Simpson with Ike Taylor.
Yeah, this ball should have been picked off by Ike Taylor, and he knows it. Ball thrown too far for Simpson. Look at Taylor go up with both hands and just couldn't bring it in.
Well, Cincinnati trying to air it out. The short passes have been working. Now Dick LeBeau. Let's see what he dials up on 3rd down against the rookie quarterback. 3rd and 4, 7:38 remaining. Out of the gun. Gets rid of it on time. Simpson, and a penalty marker thrown back at the 33-yard line. Steelers indicating it'll be against Cincinnati. It is.
Down.
Andrew Whitworth, the guilty party.
Well, it's Lawrence Timmons who's rushing the passer on Whitworth. Here they are right here. The outside rusher is Harrison. He comes free. But Whitworth, I'm not so sure that's holding.
Bengals did not have a penalty called against them in the first half. And now 4, costing them 35 yards here in the second half. And now a 3rd and 14 for Dalton and the Bengals. They handle the rush. Dalton throws. Hawkins with a catch and spilled out at the 35. Cortez Allen. Extra defensive back. Strong tackle for the rookie out of the Citadel.
Yeah, this is a huge play for Cortez Allen because Hawkins had a full head of steam there and is making some big plays. That's his 5th catch of the afternoon, but real solid tackle by Allen prevented the first down.
Punt from Kevin Huber. Antonio Brown holds steady at the 18. Trying to make his move, now circles. Back the other way. He's got a blocker. A lot of work for a 2-yard return. 47-yard punt. He ran for about 25 yards. Steelers have the football on a 7-point lead. Can Ben Roethlisberger lead Pittsburgh to the win? Back here in Cincinnati along the Ohio River, the Pittsburgh Steelers 24, the Cincinnati Bengals 17 with 6:24 remaining in the fourth in a key AFC North matchup. Handoff to Mendenhall, and he is bottled up by Robert Gathers. It's a gain of 2. Tonight on CBS, it's 60 Minutes. Congressional approval ratings are at an all-time low and are likely to sink further when Americans hear what 60 Minutes has uncovered. That's tonight, only CBS. 2nd and 8 coming up for Pittsburgh. Ben Roethlisberger, 175 yards through the air in the first half, limited to 52 in the second half. We've seen more of the ground game for Pittsburgh and a number of 3-and-outs. Mendenhall. There's no hole there. The Bengals all over it. No gain on the play. NFL Today update. JB and Dan Marino.
Ian, Dallas getting it done every which way.
And when things are bad, sometimes they don't get better, they get worse. And right here, Ryan Fitzpatrick gets picked off by Terrence Newman, goes 43 yards for a touchdown, 44-7, Dallas.
A beat down for sure. Let's take it back to the bird and the beard.
All right, JB, and the swoon now starting for Buffalo. Meanwhile, Dallas trying to make its move in the NFC East. Big play on a 3rd and 8 under 5 minutes to play here in Cincinnati. Roethlisberger from the gun. Too high, and the Steelers go 3-and-out again. Jericho Cotchery, the intended target.
And Chris
3rd
Crocker,
in a row.
Yeah, Crocker with great coverage that time. And Roethlisberger seemed to be hurried that time. He's been pressured, sacked 5 times today. But he had time to make a better throw than this. Threw it behind Cotchery. And a big defensive stand for the Bengals.
The punt from Kapanos. Flag thrown. Ball bounces in the air. Tate allows it to bounce. It takes a Bengals roll.
This is going to be running into the kicker. It's not going to be enough for the first down, though, for the Steelers.
Holding. 29.
Excuse me. Kapanos went down with contact.
We have holds against both teams. We're going to replay the down. They'll both be declined and offset. 4th down.
Kapanos wants to know why he wasn't run into. Going to call the holding on Ryan Mundy, number 29 here, right up in the middle there. He grabs a player who runs into the punter. And then the late personal foul.
So it was Jeremy Miles who made contact with Kapanos, offsetting penalties, which means Kapanos will do it again. And that means Tate will get another opportunity as he waits for it at the Cincinnati 33-yard line.
Yeah, Bengals got real good pressure with Miles forcing the hold by Mundy. But field position will be key here. Kapanos will be punting into this win.
Kapanos. He's punted for the Jets, Green Bay, Indianapolis. Gets rid of it cleanly. Tate moves forward, catches in stride with a head of steam, and ducks out of bounds in Pittsburgh territory, out at the 49, a 43-yard punt and a 16-yard return. Andy Dalton has led the Bengals to a number of close victories. Week 1 at Cleveland. They trailed by 4 entering the fourth, scored 2 touchdowns to win it 27-17. Week 4 against Buffalo, Mike Nugent, 43-yard field goal as time expired. And week 5 at Jacksonville, 17 fourth quarter points to beat the Jaguars 30-20. Bengals trail the Steelers by 7. We've got 4:28 remaining in the fourth. They start out from the 49. Cedric Benson running off tackle. And Benson will get a gain of 7 with Cook and Williams blocking up front. Coming up, Subway postgame show. JB and Company, latest NFL scores and highlights. That's all coming up on the Subway postgame show.
It appears that Ryan Clark is injured on that play. But the Bengals have a lot of time to get down the field. That was a good run on first down. And it looked like Clark may have been at the bottom of that pile when Benson was tackled. Casey Hampton in on the tackle.
So Ryan Mundy would step in for Clark. And Clark helped to his feet. And he'll walk it off to the Pittsburgh sideline.
Watch Clark come over. Hampton is being tackled or being pushed down onto the top of the pile by Kyle Cook there. But most importantly for the Bengals, a good play on first down.
2nd and 3. Dalton hands it off. Cedric Benson. Juke move by Benson to pick up the first down, just short of the 25-yard line. Bengals are driving after the 17-yard rip by Benson.
And Marvin Lewis is using fresh legs in this fourth quarter. Before it was Bernard Scott. This time it's Cedric Benson. Really majoring on runs on the right side behind Bobby Williams and Andre Smith.
Steelers 24, Bengals 17. Cincinnati currently leading the AFC North, tied with Baltimore at 6-2. Steelers are 6-3. Stutter step move by Benson didn't work. James Harrison there to greet him. Give him a gain of 1 on forward progress. Clock is moving. We will go under 3 minutes to play here at Paul Brown Stadium.
Yeah, with 3 timeouts for Cincinnati. Still no hurry. You can use the entire playbook here. Got to remember they have to get into the end zone though.
Bengals have won 5 in a row. That hasn't happened in 23 years. 2nd and 9 for Cincinnati. Shotgun. The rookie Dalton throws. Intercepted. It's picked off by William Gay. What a huge swing. Late stages of the fourth quarter.
Second interception of the afternoon for the Steelers. They only had 2 all year coming into today's game. Gay with his first interception of the year. And he just steps in front of Simpson, trying to get the ball out to the right side. And he really did a good job of reading the eyes of Dalton and breaking on this ball. Huge play. Watch the play by Gay looking into the backfield here. The whole way, saw the slant route, saw the ball coming, and picked it off.
Andy Dalton has been given a lot of credit for being mature and savvy. He's still a rookie quarterback going against his Dick LeBeau defense as Mewelde Moore gets tackled after he picks up 2. Manny Lawson with the stop. And a timeout taken by Cincinnati. They do have all 3 timeouts remaining. Pittsburgh has gone 3 and out on its last 3 possessions. So it'll be a 2nd and 8 coming up for Roethlisberger and the Steelers. And coming up on CBS next Sunday, doubleheader action. The Bengals take on the Ravens. Then in game 2, the Chargers challenge the Bears, or the Titans meet the Falcons. It all starts with the NFL Today, presented by Southwest Airlines at noon Eastern here on CBS.
Now the Bengals do have 2 timeouts remaining, and of course the clock will stop at the 2-minute warning. But if they do burn up all their timeouts, if they get the ball back on offense, they have to go to the hurry-up offense without A.J. Green.
Green banged up earlier today with a right knee injury. If everything scripts out to Cincinnati's liking, the Bengals will get the football back right about 2 minutes to play, depending upon play selection here for Pittsburgh. Roethlisberger throws. Saunders makes a man miss, and he's got a first down. Pivotal catch by the tight end Saunders. Rookie out of South Carolina turns it into a 10-yard gain.
Yeah, he caught the ball at about 3 yards and made the moves. Coming out of the backfield, quick pass by Roethlisberger, gets by Maaluga, then gets by Howard. Picks up a huge first down for the Steelers. That's a heck of a play by Saunders.
First catch of the day. Cincinnati now with 1 timeout remaining. 2:12 left on the clock. Steelers had a 14-0 lead in this game. Pittsburgh 5-0 this season when scoring first. And right now they are in the driver's seat with just over 2 minutes left. This is just the 3rd divisional game for Pittsburgh, but they are 0-2. Losses to Baltimore to open the season, and then last week 23-20. That snapped a 4-game winning streak for Pittsburgh, so they're a half game behind the Bengals and the Ravens. First down. Mewelde Moore. And Moore lunges to the 48-yard line for a 4-yard pickup. Chris Crocker with the tackle, and we'll hit the 2-minute warning. 24-17, Pittsburgh trying to hold on for the win. William Gay with the interception. Andy Dalton threw it for Cincinnati. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are a first down away from sealing the deal against the Bengals. 2 minutes to play. 24-17. Pittsburgh in front. Roethlisberger on a throw for Wallace. And Mike Wallace has got the first down. And that will do it.
And that's how the Steelers started this game, getting the ball to Mike Wallace on short routes, using him on end around, using that speed. How quick was he after this catch? Gets inside Clemens, just enough for the first down, using that blazing speed.
Cincinnati lost Leon Hall to an Achilles injury late in the second quarter.
You go back to this interception, Ian. Jerome Simpson runs a route. He's not sure exactly what to do. Dalton expected him to keep going on the route. He threw it leading the receiver. Gay was there for the pick, but that's a miscommunication between quarterback and receiver.
1:53 remaining here at Paul Brown Stadium. Pittsburgh 24, Cincinnati 17. And the Steelers have a first down. The Bengals have no timeouts left. Roethlisberger will take a knee. The Pittsburgh Steelers, a rough loss last week to Baltimore. And they bounce back. Steelers improved to 7-3 on the season. The Bengals' 5-game winning streak comes to an end. Cincinnati now at 6-3.
Really a game that had a playoff atmosphere, especially with so many Steeler fans making the trip here to Cincinnati. A lot of terrible towels waving now in celebration of this win for Mike Tomlin and the Steelers.
The executive producers of the NFL on CBS, Sean McManus and Harold Bryant. Today's game produced by Bob Monsbach, directed by Jim Cordell. Senior producer of CBS Sports, the NFL Today, Eric Mann. NFL Today is directed by Bob Matina. Coordinating producer of the NFL on CBS, Lance Barrow. Coordinating producer of CBS Sports, Steve Karasik. Associate directors of today's game, Jonathan Siegel, Todd Carrick. Broadcast associate, Steve Murphy. Technical manager, Doug Fleetum. Technical director, Terry Rosich. Audio supervisor, David Grunvey. Stats provided by David Freed, Jake Gutierrez, our spotter, James Stamos. Our stage manager, Scott Wirtz. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Big win in Cincinnati. The AFC North is tight. And the Steelers just made it a little bit tighter. Subway postgame show is coming up. 24-17. The Steelers over the Bengals. Pittsburgh gets the win. Subway postgame show is coming up. The NFL on CBS.